Tail of the Tape brought to you by Columbia Care. Troy Lamson is a year older. He's an inch taller. They both weighed in at the featherweight limit. Reach advantage on the arms for Lamson, on the legs for Edwin Cooper Jr. These gentlemen hoping to get a contract at the end of the night. For 4 winners, narrowed down to 2 finalists. Celebrity panel weighs in, you the fans weigh in, and the winner of the contract appears in the 2022 season. Referee Wayne Spinola will oversee the action in our 3rd bout of the evening.
You ready?
Marina tells us it's round number 1, and let's go, Kenny Florian. Edwin Cooper Jr. runs across the cage and gets right to work.
Yeah, back of the head,
I mean,
back of the head.
That's an Iowa wrestler for you. He doesn't waste any time. Wants to drag you right into deep waters and try to get you to sink and drown, and he is on top of Lamson, and Lamson's in some serious trouble here in the crucifix, has both arms tied up. He can't defend himself. This might be an early finish, Sean.
Edwin Cooper Jr. landed punches before this fight even started, and 30 seconds in, he's already raining down the damage.
Wow, I mean, both arms tied up in this crucifix position. His right arm is free to pound away. He's got the cage behind him here. There is no easy escape. Lamson's got to do something desperate here. The referee's going to stop this fight. His hand's in the way a little bit.
He is blocking those right hands with his own left hand, but he can't get out at this moment. Edwin Cooper Jr. not letting up, continuing to rain down the right hands.
Oh, now that's even worse position. Yeah, he's got even a worse position because that arm is not even close to his face. There is nothing defending, but nice shrimp escape there, almost trying to get back to his guard. Does get back to the turtle position, but he's giving up his back here.
Huge credit to Lamson for just surviving that dominant position. Cooper blitzed out to the start. Randy, there's fast starters, and then there's what we just saw from Cooper Jr.
That was a sprint across the cage. That was amazing. They both changed levels at the same time and kind of collided heads, and Cooper's forward momentum carried him through and gave him the takedown, and that face-up crucifix. Now that sucks. That position is a horrible place to be. Lamson did a great job of staying composed and finding a way out of there, which is not easy to do.
Up and down they go, and the Iowa wrestler, former Iowa wrestler, Edwin Cooper Jr. now on the back of Troy Lamson, who so far just has not been able to get any offense off.
Yeah, and as Randy knows very well, I mean, the Iowa wrestlers known for that pressure style. They just impose their will, and these guys will not quit. They want you to suffer in there, and they'll suffer with you as well, but they suffer better than you. That's the difference with a lot of these guys, and again, he hasn't stopped wrestling out there. Lamson in some trouble here in round 1.
Relentless pressure, as Kenny mentioned, from Edwin Cooper Jr. Halfway through this first round, he continues to grind away against the cage. Lamson able to get back to a little bit of a better position, but then Cooper drags him down and tries to step into that crucifix, face-up crucifix again. Vitor.
I feel like Lamson needs to use his hip, bump his hip, and use more his jiu-jitsu, but I think he has to work on that. And he's being too relaxed. Right now, he's just losing the will. And in fighting, you gotta have the willpower. You have to have the willpower and dominating and trying to reset your brain and go back to fighting.
Another crucifix position here for Edwin Cooper Jr. Twice in one round, he's been able to get himself into this spot. We'll see if Lamson can escape for a second time. Shoulder pressure from the top position for Cooper Jr.
I mean, Cooper just doesn't give you any time to rest or chill, doesn't allow you to get any really good position out there, constantly trying to advance his position. And if he's not getting better position, he's hitting you in the face with his grounded pound. So absolutely relentless here as he tries to move around the legs of Lamson.
Lamson able to recover guard here. No small feat against the wrestling of Edwin Cooper Jr.
And we got to give credit to Lamson as well for hanging in there. He was in some really tough spots. He is staying composed. He's taking some heavy shots, but I think his experience is keeping him alive here.
Ian Parker, you shortened this to a 2-leg parlay, and now with Cooper in the mount, looking pretty decent.
30 seconds, Troy.
Yeah, not too bad. Listen, this kid Cooper is going to be a problem in this division. He reminds me a lot of Colby Covington. The cardio, the IQ, he knows the body positioning. He is just nonstop. Credit to Lamson for staying in survival mode, but this kid is not stopping. He doesn't look tired at all. If he gets out of this round within 2 seconds, the fight's going back to the ground. Cooper Jr. is going to be a problem.
All due respect to Colby Covington, but I think that we've seen Edwin Cooper Jr. going for the finish more than we see Colby Covington or saw Colby Covington in his last one. As round one comes to a close, Troy Lamson will go back to the corner and try to figure out the puzzle. Edwin Cooper Jr. stood up and walked back. I think he might have taken a deep breath, Kenny, but cardio for days.
Yeah, I don't see conditioning being an issue for Cooper at this point. And I tell you what, it's way more difficult to bear the weight of your opponent, and that's what Cooper was doing. He's allowing Lamson to do all the work for him. He literally sprints out, lands a right hand, nice combination there actually. Kind of collided a little bit with him, but got the takedown. And he just moved right into position, stayed busy with his ground and pound, and just never allowed Lamson to get anything going offensively.
We'll see how round two starts, but for Troy Lamson, that one you have to wash it away because he never got to set himself. He never got to set up any offense. That was all drilling for Edwin Cooper Jr. Both men in the Valet Tudo trunks. Edwin Cooper Jr. in the darker trunks. Lamson with the tattoos.
And Cooper's trying to sprint out there again.
Okay, gentlemen, here we go. Ready? Fight.
How do you catch that forward pressure, Kenny?
I mean, he's got to circle away from the cage. He's backing straight up, and that's where Cooper is hitting his takedowns again.
Straight into side control here.
Lamson doing a good job of getting up with that single leg position. Needs to get out of there, circle away, and get in the middle of the cage here. Big shots by Cooper. Oh, big kick there by Lamson.
Nice kick by Lamson, but Cooper will wrestle his way out of danger.
And Lamson has a very good series of front chokes, has an excellent Darce choke, guillotine. That's what he needs to use, perhaps, to counter this forward pressure. Nice uppercut.
Okay, Lamson has him hurt, has Edwin Cooper Jr. hurt. Swinging away. Autopilot potentially for Edwin Cooper Jr.
What a comeback this would be. Lamson starting to get Cooper to trade with him. This is not a good tactic here from Edwin Cooper Jr.
Both men tired already. Lamson leaning into the clinch. Allows Edwin Cooper Jr. to set up this takedown. You hear the corner of Lamson imploring him to get up. You got to get your feet back under you to do so. Cooper preventing that right now.
Yeah, now Edwin Cooper Jr. moving into side control, gets his back away from the cage, which is going to prevent Troy from escaping this position. Edwin Cooper Jr. had to weather that big storm from Lamson, but very impressive heart and determination there from Lamson.
Edwin Cooper Jr. training at the venerable Jackson Wink camp down there in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Coach Wink in the corner, and Nick Mangold, this guy's taking coaching and it's paying off. Dominant wrestling here. You know a little bit about wrestling.
Yeah, a little bit of wrestling, but in the football world, I mean, this is hurry-up offense from Cooper Jr. Like, he is just pounding and pounding and pounding, continuing to go after the defense of Lamson. I don't know. He had a little bit of fight there, but it seems like we're starting to tire out. It's going to be interesting to see how this, if it even makes it to the third round.
You see Lamson laying back there as Cooper continues to push on the pressure. 6 takedowns already for Edwin Cooper Jr. in this one.
My goodness. Yeah, this is some serious pace from Edwin Cooper Jr. as he continues to move past those legs. See if Lamson can get that underhook and get back to his feet here. He's giving up his back. See if Cooper's able to take advantage. He isn't. Nice get up there by Lamson.
Credit to Troy Lamson, 17. This is his 18th fight in his pro career. Showing that experience and surviving what is a pretty nasty storm of pressure. Randy, how much of this type of wrestling, grinding, is just about breaking the will of a guy?
That's exactly what it is. That's his job. That's something we learn in wrestling. When they walk out in the center of that mat, my job is to make that guy quit, to make him work harder than he wants to work. And that's exactly what Edwin Cooper Jr. is trying to do here.
90 seconds remain in round number 2. So far, Lamson not showing any signs of capitulation. Cooper drags him back down. There's an attempt at a roll through.
Yeah, tried to Granby out of it. Now still trying to get up with that single leg. He's found some success with that. See if he can back up and get back to his feet. Cooper turning into a front headlock and then moves to the back again.
Kenny, you talked about the series of front headlock chokes that Lamson has set up. I mean, for Edwin Cooper Jr., who's able to wrestle himself into that position, seems like it'd be valuable for his arsenal to develop that.
Yeah, absolutely. No question about it. He's going to be very good at getting to that position. That will definitely be something worthwhile as far as drilling and investigating, because that could be a great weapon for him. I mean, these aren't the biggest shots, Sean, but they don't really have to be. It's just the pacing, the pressure that will really take away the will of your opponent. And conditioning, pressure, and pace can also be a type of submission, more of a mental submission.
10 seconds.
Closing seconds of round number 2, and Edwin Cooper Jr. will finish on top once again. Troy Lamson will have to find an answer here in round number 3. He's going to need a finish if he wants to have any shot at a PFL contract.
Yeah, that's right. And desperation can be a double-edged sword. It could, you know, kind of buoy you to do something to get that win and be aggressive and get that comeback, but could also defeat you mentally and physically. And right now, not only is he losing the fight, but he's exhausted at this point because of that style from Edwin Cooper Jr. And he just did the exact same thing he did in round 1. Started with a kick, went right to that takedown up against the cage. Lamson backing straight up. But Lamson had his moment in this round. He definitely hurt Cooper. Landed some great shots. Showed some serious toughness and grit in round 2. See him right there landing some nice shots. Cooper with a gut check here in round 2.
Five more minutes in this featherweight bout. Edwin Cooper Jr. would, barring any major surprise from the judges, be up 2 rounds to none so far. Troy Lamson uncorks a knee, but it's crowded by Edwin Cooper Jr., the former Iowa wrestler, goes right back to the well.
Yeah, that knee was kind of jammed up, unfortunately, for Lamson. Cooper moving to the back now yet again. He's got wrist control on both sides, I believe.
And make no mistake, it's been a dominant performance for Edwin Cooper Jr., but this is not just about winning the fight. You're trying to win a contract tonight. You've got to impress our celebrity panel. You've got to impress the fans. And the truth about this is that fans don't always love the grinding wrestling style, Kenny. If you're Edwin Cooper Jr., you still have to seek a finish.
Yeah, I think that's accurate, especially given the fact that there's some tremendous wrestlers in the PFL regular season. Look at this, Lamson. We talked about those front chokes. He's got that ninja choke. It might be around the chin, though. Cooper able to get out of that one.
Lamson threatening the submission here, even down 2 rounds on the scorecards.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the division, there's Bubba Jenkins, you know, NCAA champion, Movlid Habalayev, a tremendous wrestler out of Dagestan. Of course, you have Lance Palmer, All-American wrestler, D1. So if he does, I mean, obviously he's been impressive. It's awesome to watch this type of conditioning and pressure, and he's a very aggressive guy. but he might need a little bit more to stand out here amongst all the great wrestlers at 145 pounds here in the PFL.
And now Lamson has been able to land something in these striking exchanges. The double jab straight cross just a few moments ago, and he is now putting the pressure on.
Yeah, and this is the first time he's utilizing his length, his reach. He's backing up Cooper. He's getting those long-range weapons going with the jab. I think he should go down to the body as well with that kick, either the front kick or the rear kick.
Lead hook from Cooper backs up Troy Lamson.
He might be trying to time a knee as well as Cooper comes in.
Edwin Cooper Jr. has slowed down the output significantly, perhaps gassed himself through all that pressure in the first couple rounds.
Well, it's hard to keep that pacing consistently. I think Cooper might be trying to regroup here.
And I'm fully aware that it is sometimes asking too much for a guy to do that for 3 straight rounds. But there's a contract on the line. You have to impress multiple parties here. You can't coast to a victory in the 3rd round.
No question. And again, for Lamson, you know, he's showing some serious heart. There's a lot of men, I think, that would have been defeated mentally, physically after round 1, let alone round 2. And here he is in round 3, pursuing the fight, backing him up, looking for some type of finish here.
Randy, round number 3, Troy Lamson is finding some success. Where has the offense gone from Edwin Cooper Jr.?
Yeah, it appears that Edwin may have has spent the gas in the tank with the 1st and 2nd round. Now, he showed tremendous, tenacious wrestling ability, but he had his back a couple times. He never secured anchors. He never tried to submit him from there. He just tried to pound on him. He had the front headlock a couple times. He never tried to submit him. He's got some holes in his game. We haven't really seen him throw any striking, any relevant kicks. So as strong as his wrestling is, he's still got some things he needs to add to his tool belt before he's going to be a well-rounded, complete fighter.
And Vitor, real quick, we know Lamson's got just over a minute to try and secure a finish. How can he do it with what you've seen in round 3?
He got to trust his skills. He got to trust and just move forward, use his combination, combine uppercuts with hooks and crosses. And as you see, Cooper Jr. doesn't know how to box. He's raw. He's just very stiff. And I feel like Lamson's not using his combination wisely right now at this moment.
Nick Mangold, we talked about conditioning playing a factor in these featherweight fights. Edwin Cooper Jr. may have emptied the gas tank, like Randy said. Does Lamson have enough time?
Yeah, he may have emptied the gas tank, but, you know, Lamson still has some rolling there for him. So I don't know if there's enough time in this fight to finish it out. But, you know, you hate to see Cooper Jr. dominate these first 2 rounds, but then limp into the win here.
Lamson still pressing forward in the 3rd and final round of this featherweight bout. Stalking Edwin Cooper Jr. Only 10 seconds left. The clapper coming. Nice right hand lands there for Lamson. Both fighters swinging away. One more takedown for Edwin Cooper Jr. to finish this out.
Time up clean.
Interesting 3rd round. I don't think we'll get any surprises from the judges' scorecards, but what just happened may be very important for a fan vote and for our celebrity panel. We'll make it official when we come back on Fubo TV. The scores are 29-28, 29-28, and 29-27. All for your winner by unanimous decision, Edwin Cooper Jr. Edwin Cooper Jr. victorious here, Kenny Florian. What do you think?
Yeah, listen, I thought it was really impressive, his pacing, his pressure, the ground strikes that he continued to throw throughout that fight.